that'll let you do some pretty cool stuff with text as well as background images. And you can also do what's called a dynamic link into Premiere. So we'll give you a little test drive of this real fast. It's going to be pretty similar to what you guys have already learned before. Here's a little test drive I put together right there. And you've got some, just some text that's going to be animated, come in with some kind of special effect. And then you've got a background that also has some goodies going on there. So when you make stuff in After Effects, the thing it's going to first start, you'll notice, you end up creating what's called a composition. So compositions are made in After Effects. When you get into Adobe Premiere, you guys have just finished that stuff, so you've been making sequences in there. So they're kind of similar kind of idea. They're basically like clips. So the other thing you can do too, I'm going to jump over to Premiere real fast and show you the end game for us really when you start making stuff in After Effects is really to make a short segment in After Effects and then bring that back into Premiere to use it in your final product. So in this case, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and show you where this little link is. So in Premiere, move that window out of the way, you'll have an option for dynamic link, and here's where you'll be able to import any of your compositions from After Effects. So if you make something in After Effects, you don't have to export it and re-import it and do all that kind of stuff, but you're going to be able to import it directly in here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that import option, and then you can pick one of your compositions. So once you get into a folder that has a composition, you can select that idea. So that's how that one got inside there. So to work with this program, I'm just going to run you through a couple quick ideas. In fact, I'll make a new composition here, and we'll run you through a couple of the basics. One thing to keep in mind, it'll show you that typically your duration is going to be set for about 30 seconds because you're not going to typically make a whole video in this program. You'll make, again, short little clips or sections. So at this point, I don't have anything on the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same sample I made a second ago. So I'll type some text in there so we can get the ball rolling here. And you can scale that to whatever size you want. So it's pretty similar to what you've already learned in Flash and in Adobe Premiere. And then the main idea we're going to show you right now is under animation you have these things called presets. And there is one specifically for text. There's all kinds of 3D text things, ideas you can do like that. So I'm going to get into the 3D text one. But all those other folders had different ideas that are just as easy to mess with. So you can pick any of these and get a little preview over here to the right. And then once you've got a style that you're interested in, just double click on it. And that clip or that text should be now adopting that kind of idea. So I'm going to scrub through it and kind of show you how that works out. And all the settings for that effect are going to be down in the, you'll see once you get into the, inside the, all the effects options down here, you can kind of see what's been happening with the animation. So similar to what you did in Premiere, but you'll see little keyframes along the way. So that's where they've done the changes to that to make it, that particular idea turn out that way. So you can modify and alter some of these things yourself, but a lot of them are pretty, pretty tricky to figure out exactly what they're doing. But at a general level, you can, easily apply different ones. And if you don't like that one, you can just undo it. Just Command Z it, undo it, go back and pick a different one. So it's pretty easy to experiment once you realize that you don't have to start all the way over. And you can, try a couple of ideas. But again, try all those other folders too. I'm just in the very first folder, but there's tons of them that'll do all kinds of cool stuff. And then eventually, sometimes you have to learn how to move them around a little bit and where to position them. So that's one pretty cool, easy feature to figure out. The other one I'm going to show you is how to add a layer to this program, what's called a solid layer. And I'm going to make it red here to start with, and it covered up my whole screen. So let me change the sequence of those. So my background is there. And if that solid red layer, I want to have it look like that other special effect thing we had before. So again, I've got these presets. This time I'm going to go to the one that deals with backgrounds, and we'll try one of these. So here's kind of a fire kind of thing that rolls across the screen. And again, you can change all the effects that are part of this, as far as the colors and the speed and all these different options. They're, again, sometimes kind of hard to follow the ideas behind them, but we'll render this little piece out and see what happens. So this part doesn't look like the little movement on the background happened right away. So that'd be one of those things if you wanted it to. You cool effect and kind of see how quickly that was to do something that's pretty interesting. And that's just kind of getting the ball rolling for you guys. So let me save that composition and give it a name, then I'll import it. Give it a better name here so I know what I did with it. Okay, so it's going to be test 2. And then the idea would be if you want to import that into Premiere, you would go to File, Adobe Dynamic Link, Import, pick your After Effects file, and then you can, whatever composition you want. Oh, this is a different one. So that was the second one. So it must be, I think it's going to be this one. I might have to try it out. That's the second one I made. Yeah, there it is. And same kind of idea, you just drag it onto the project window or to your timeline, and you should be good to go. All right, hope that helps out. I'm going to see, I think I might have locked this thing up on this first attempt, but I'm going to stop there, and it might take a little bit of extra time to get this one finished. Okay.